Highway 9, and I'm still waiting for the circulation center to kind of pop out of the tail kFOR and this rain, intense amount of rain coming down as well, Mike. So,
okay, let's go back to the storm tracker. So we don't want to, let's be perfectly clear what we have going on here. So you're watching us here live, and you want to know what's going on. This is what's going on. Cyclic supercell, cycling, if you will, produced 5 tornadoes. Tornado warning continues. It's now 2 west of the county line. Caddo County. This is 40 miles southwest of downtown Oklahoma City. 40 miles southwest of downtown Oklahoma City. The storm is moving east-northeast toward the southwest metro, south and southwest metro right now. There's your time of arrival. Now, there is no tornado warning for Cleveland yet. There may or may not be. There's no tornado warning for McLean County yet. There may or may not be a tornado warning. There is a tornado warning in effect for far eastern Caddo and central Grady, including everybody on Highway 9 from Verdon over to Chickasha. And Chickasha schools are holding their students until the threat passes. Now, so far, the tornadoes have been F0, F1, maybe a couple of weak F2s. There have been 5. So F2 tornado, perfectly, totally withstandable in your interior closet or bathroom, away from windows, storm cellar, basement, safe room. Not good for mobile homes, not good to be near windows, not good to be any loosely constructed structures. Those are not safe. But F2 type tornadoes, very withstandable in that interior closet or bathroom and designated safe areas. The wind speed in that's 115, 120, 125, somewhere in there, which is a far cry from an F5. And we have no F5s going on right now in Oklahoma. But the tornado warning continues, baseball size hail and larger, and a tornado is possible at any time and right on through the Chickasha area. We're red line, center line for Chickasha right now. Let's go back to Bob Moore Chopper 4 here live. John Welsh is looking at it along with our team of trackers. Go, Mark Dillard.
Still in that hail shroud. I'm waiting for the clearing so I can see the definition of the wall cloud and whether or not anything's in contact with the ground. Still just sitting to the west of Burton, maybe just a shade south and west of Burton right now on Highway 9, up by the curve. So just waiting for this clearing to get out here, Mike. These storms are very dangerous to track when the road network doesn't really work with you at times. So we're just trying to hold out right here and whip in right behind it, and hopefully it's not in contact with the ground. Back to you.
Okay, so what we have, we can go to the south DOP here and look at the wind. So the center of circulation is about 1.5 miles west of the county line. Here comes the beam. There's Verdon. Here's Chickasha. Here are all the city streets in Chickasha here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the county line. 1.5. Center of circulation is right there, 1.5 into Caddo County. 3.5 south of Verdon, 1.5 west. So it's not really gate to gate or right tightly packed like this, but it's not broad either. It's in between the two. So tornado genesis is still possible at any time, but it doesn't appear like there's a tornado on the ground. Looking at that there live. If we have Bob Moore Chopper 4, we do. Let's go ahead and take that shot.
Just kind of hang.
And there it is. The mesocyclone continues to change shape and change size. So it's still a very dynamic storm, but it does not appear like there is a tornado on the ground right now. I think John is with us. John, what do you have?
Yeah, Mike, right there, you can see if we take a shot of that right there in the center of travel, zoom in just a little bit, you can see just that little bit of rotation. This has been the strongest that it's looked for probably the last 15 or 20 minutes. I think what happened is the bottom kind of fell out, for lack of a better word, coming out of there, which really lost a lot of its intensity. Now the rain is lightened up, as you can see, and we're getting a little bit more rotation in there. So at this time, we have a pretty decent feeder band coming in there. The rain's lightening up, and it looks like within a little bit, this is probably going to put another tornado down, Mike. Okay, appreciate that. Let's stay with this shot. So what we have is Chickasha schools are holding their students. These tornadoes have been F0s, F1s, maybe weak F2s. The mesocyclone is pretty large and it's pretty strong. Doesn't appear to be of the F4 to F5 range right now. All we're trying to do is just pass along as much information to you so you know what's happening live. So in other words, we just want to hold your hand here live as to what these storms are doing. If they ramp up, we're going to tell you. If they ramp down, we're also going to tell you that.
because it is still school time. It's still fairly early in the afternoon. Chickasha is holding their kids. It is heading for Chickasha. Chickasha is under a tornado warning. Mobile homes not safe. You want to be toward the interior part of your house, getting ready. Get that safe kit ready, the blanket, the helmet, the goggles, the jeans, the long sleeve shirt, the tennis shoes, closed-toed shoes. No flip-flops. You want to get all that ready. Just kind of have it ready to go. Red line, center line for Chickasha. It is still a big supercell with baseballs and a well-defined hook. Let's go back to Bob Moore Chopper 4. Looking at it here live, we've got a team of trackers on the ground as well. Going back to the chopper here, it is not on the ground at this second in time. Let's go back to John Welsh.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Mike. And if Travis will zoom in there, you can kind of see the lowering right there on the right. That's actually going to lifting. And if Travis will go to your left just a little bit and kind of go to the very top, you can kind of see the rotation, the cycling of it, if you will. So the front of it's kind of lost a lot of its energy. It's putting its energy back there towards kind of the middle of the storm where the heaviest part of the rain is. When we look at the top of the clouds, we're seeing some rotating scud in there, and then the front's continuing to lift. So it looks like if something does happen, it's going to be right there just to the left of your screen as this thing continues to cycle and trying to get its act together, Mike.
John? Is the key hot? Okay. Now, John, what I want you to do, this is the mesocyclone. I want you to look 4 miles to the southeast from this spot. Have Travis Shutton, photojournalist Travis Shutton.
Go to your left, Travis.
Go to the left. Go 4 miles. Keep going left.
That's about it.
Okay,
right
now,
there.
yeah, okay, now stop. Now pan out. Pull out. Pull out. Pull out. Okay, there's a new mesocyclone. There you go. Yes, because it's a big storm. There's a new mesocyclone forming right here. Okay, it's part of that cyclic supercell thing, cycling supercell. It's forming southeast of the tornado mesocyclone that was earlier tornadic, which is not right now. There's a new mesocyclone forming right here. This is to the southwest of Chickasha, and we'll see what this does. But if we start seeing this lower right here, this is southwest of Chickasha, not west of Chickasha. This is southwest of Chickasha. It's also a little closer to Chickasha. So Travis and John, keep close track of that. That might be it right there. That's probably it starting right there. That, I bet that's rotating because it's cycling. This is the new cycle, and I bet that's rotating. We'll see if that continues to broaden and lower. Let's go to the South Doppler radar, take it full. Let's show folks, yeah, it is broadening and lowering. It's right here. This is much closer to Chickasha. Much closer. 1, 2, 3, 4 southwest of Chickasha. Much closer to Chickasha. This area is getting stronger as the beam sweeps through every 20 seconds. That beam is showing these wind speeds are picking up. Look at the developing, almost a funnel cloud there. This is much closer. It's just west of Norge. The old mesocyclone with the old tornadoes way back here does not appear to be a problem. This is coming up super fast right here, just west of Norge. It's far from being a tornado, but it's coming up fast, and that's just 4 miles due southwest of Chickasha. Let's go back to John Welsh, Bob Moore Chopper 4. Let's talk about that, John.
Yeah, Mike, as we kind of get some distance here, I'll turn. What we're seeing is that front storm is actually kind of the head of right there, but that rotation has kind of been doing what the storms have been doing in the past, or doing for the last. It's kind of taking its energy, but we're still seeing some decent rotation out of that first storm. You can kind of see where it's lowered pretty well as we kind of continue to look back towards the left in the areas that you talked about. It's rotating, but it's pretty high base. It's probably 1,500, 2,000 feet above the ground back there on the second one. But another spot that we're looking at is if Travis can zoom in right there in the top right of your shot, Travis, right there. That's going to be just to the backside of that major lowering here, and it's kind of getting its act together. It's going to lower, but I think what will probably happen has been happening all night. That second storm that we talked about just a moment ago is probably going to end up taking all its energy because we're seeing some light rotating clouds, scud clouds in it now, but at this time it's still too high to put down a decent tornado there, Mike.
Okay, let's go over to the North Dopp control room. Ooh, Okay, we're going to go back to that. Here's the mesocyclone just northwest of Norge, or about 3.5, 4 southwest of Chickasha. The old mesocyclone, which produced multiple tornadoes, is back here to the southwest of Verdun, or just to the west of Verdun. And it may or may not produce additional tornadoes. And you're looking at it right here behind me on the live chopper shot. This may or may not produce additional tornadoes. You see it's large and low back there, right?